We learned a lot about,
I had never written for stage before. I had never written for video or film before.
Our writing got tighter, for sure. We brought in new writers, and
Radio bits are kind of like sketches, only shorter, because in radio, it's got to be 60 seconds. So I didn't really have trouble keeping it short. You know, to write a 3.5 to 4 minute sketch for me was just like a luxury. You know, I have all this time to execute on it. So I didn't find that to be a tough transition. The performing part, you know, the reason we go into radio is we don't really want to be seen. We're very comfortable in a booth, you know. Being in front of 100 people or more is, you know, rather nerve shattering for some of us who tend to be introverts.
Well, I definitely learned a lot about editing, and, you know, like I would come in with stuff that was just, you know, I feel like the jokes weren't polished, and I was new, you know, like I didn't really know a lot about it, but, you know, there was people there like, you know, Robin and Jen were already very experienced, and they were, you know, instructing the classes, and I learned a lot about how to cut stuff down and just make it snappy instead of like having every single line be a paragraph long of like just too much to put in people's mouths. And that translates a lot to writing short and fast. Like I don't want to have to memorize long monologues to tell jokes. So, you know, I think that kind of stuff helped.
I think, and I mean, the cast grew and evolved as well, but we started, I was probably the slowest to get on board with trying to get a 4 to 5 minute sketch, which at that time was short for me. But I did eventually get there.
I just remember having imposter syndrome just about for the entirety of the time that I was with Sketchworks, because everyone else was so serious about their craft and so serious about their career, and they train and they do all this stuff right, and I'm just out there hacking it up.
And then once I got to the performance side of things, I think that really, all the time that I spent at Sketchworks really kind of gave me a lot of experience, because I ended up emceeing all the Sketchworks shows for like 3 years. I emceed every show, and I was doing stand-up at the time, but that gave me so much more stage time.
We found our audience, you know? And I think we got a voice, which we ended up being a team of 4 to 5 regular writers with a few guest writers that would come in and out. And we just kind of, I think, our styles all just meshed well together. We each kind of brought something a little different. So it really was, we'd always say, well, if you don't like this sketch, just wait 3 minutes, or at that time, 5 minutes. And you know, something to your taste will be next. And that was usually the case because of the different styles of writing that we had.
The magic was the people that were in it at the time that I was. It was truly organic lightning in a bottle with some particularly talented people. And I was just amazed at them and by them every night, never feeling like I truly belonged, but just working really hard to contribute whatever I could.